Hello, Wasatch 5th graders. Today I'm going to teach you about this new focus artist. Okay. His name is Gustav Klimt. You don't have to memorize Gustav, the first name, if you don't want to, but I do need you to memorize this last name, K-L-I-M-T, Klimt. Okay. Gustav Klimt. He's not an American. He's from Vienna, Austria. He's a European. Okay. Born in 1862, died in 1918. Okay. Let me tell you a little bit about his life. Okay. He was son of goldsmith. You know what the goldsmith is? Okay. They make things out of gold, like rings and ornaments and jewelries and stuff. And when he was 14 years old, he got a scholarship to go to the very good art school called Vienna Public Art School. After graduating, he began painting murals and portraits, and he was quite successful at young age. You know what the portraits are, right? Do you know what the murals are? Okay. Murals are large paintings on the walls or on the buildings. Now let me show you how good he was with the portraits. Okay, here's this one, and here's another one. Okay, they almost look like photos. Okay, and a lot of people commissioned him to do either their portraits or the murals on the walls. Now, when he was 32 years old, people from University of Vienna commissioned him to do a mural on their medical department. Okay? And Gustav Klimt said, okay, I'll do that. And this is, let me find the picture of that. Okay, this is what he painted. It is titled The Medicine. You know what this lady's holding? Can you tell? She's holding a snake. Okay. What does snake have anything to do with the medicine? Any idea? Okay. The answer is in a story from the Old Testament, the Bible. Have you heard of a story of the prophet Moses holding up the brass serpent to heal people? And all they have to do is just look at it, and then they get healed from the wounds that's from bitten by the poison snake. But a lot of people did not even look at it because they didn't believe in it, and they just died. Okay, so that's a story. Okay. And that's why the snake represents the medicine. Okay. All right. Now, when he's done painting this mural, people from University of Vienna looked at it, and then what do you think? Any guess? Did they like it or did they hate it? Okay, the answer is they hated it. They didn't even hate it quietly. They're pretty vocal about it too. They called it ugly and disgraceful. What do you think? If you spend so much time and effort and made something beautiful, and then people come up to you and say, "Ooh, that's ugly and beautiful, disgraceful," and would that make you upset? Yes, it did make Klimt pretty upset. And so he said, I don't want to paint for other people for a while. I'm going to take off. And then he took off to have a trip to southern France. And on that trip, he saw something that's beautiful. And this is what he saw right here. It's not a painting. It's called mosaic. You know what mosaics are? Okay. Mosaics are made with colored tiles or stones. So they're put together like puzzles. Okay. And when Gustav Klimt saw this, he decided, when I get home, I want to paint just like that. Okay. And he actually did start painting like that. And let me show you some of the paintings that he did. Here's one. Here's a painting of a flower. Kind of looks like that mosaic, doesn't it? And here's a picture of his studio. Okay. Here's a picture of him. He likes to wear robes when he worked. Okay. And then that's his cat. Okay. And there are some more. Example, here's a picture of a tree. And another picture of a garden. And he also did the abstract painting also. Here is the abstract painting. Okay. Now this style that shows repeated small patterns became explosively popular. And that style is called, I need you to memorize this word, Art Nouveau. Now, it is kind of difficult spelling, so don't worry about spelling it out. But remember how to say it. Nouveau. Like a moo, like a cow, but and nouveau. Art Nouveau. So Gustav Klimt, Art Nouveau. 2 words that I need you to memorize today. Okay. And he became very rich and successful and famous. By then, he was world famous, not just in Europe. And by the time he was 43, he built himself a nice house. People called it Stokely Palace because it was so big and beautiful. And Gustav decorated everything in his house with Art Nouveau styles. Murals, curtains, furnitures and railings, and all the way down to the utensils. Okay. And let me show you the one of the mural that you can see in the Stokely Palace. This one is called Tree of Life. It's actually a set of 2 pieces. Another one is called Tree of Wisdom. I only have a picture of Tree of Life. And that is a very famous one. Let me show you a couple more of his very famous paintings. This one is probably the most famous. It's called Kiss. Okay? Now here's men and women, and then when you get close, you can see Art Nouveau style. Small patterns repeatedly show up. Now the picture behind me is also famous. It is called the Portrait of Adele Bloch-Bauer. You don't have to memorize a lady's name. Just portrait of a lady is enough. And her face is a regular portrait, but realistic portrait. But her robe and the background is done with Art Nouveau style. Okay. So that was Gustav Klimt. He died in 1918 from the stroke at the age of 56. That's rather young. That's younger than me. I'm getting really old, everybody. Okay, so that was it. And next week, I'm going to teach you about the project you can do in the style of Gustav Klimt. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.